Hi, guys, this is Mrs. Lamb, and today I'm going to talk to you about gross domestic product. The definition of GDP, which stands for gross domestic product, is a statistic that shows the value of goods and services produced in a country in a particular year. All of goods and services that are sold each year have to be counted. So that includes every car, truck, every egg, CD, every donut, burger, taco, everything. Services must be counted too: barbers, nurses, lawyers, basketball players, computer programmers, everybody that sells their services are a part of the GDP. Suppose all of these things and many more besides them were stacked up in one big pile. It would still be hard to know the value of all the goods and services produced by the economy, yet this is what the gross domestic product, GDP, tries to measure. First, instead of counting the actual goods made and sold and all of the services performed, economists add up what these things sold for in dollars and cents. In other words, they are using money as a measure of value. So if people buy 2 million bushels of apples at $1 per bushel and 2 million books at $1 per book, then these purchases add to $4 million to the gross domestic product. How is it done? So not everything made and sold during the year can be counted. For example, the paper in your math book was once part of a giant roll of paper in a paper mill. Here's an example of giant rolls of paper in a paper mill. Some people worked hard to make your book. Both the roll of paper and the books are goods. But if the money paid for both the roll of paper and the book were counted, the value of the paper would have been counted twice. So to avoid this problem of double counting, economists only count a product in its final form. So they only count the value, in this example, of the final textbook. They count the paper, for example, in its final product form as a book, newspaper, magazine, or shopping bag, whatever the paper ends up becoming. They refer to these as final goods and services. The basic formula for calculating GDP is X equals C plus I plus E plus G. X stands for GDP, C stands for consumer spending, I stands for investment made by industry, E is for excess of exports over imports, which is E minus I, and G equals government spending. Now, don't let this formula overwhelm you, okay? I just wanted you to have an understanding of how GDP is counted. We're not actually going to make you do this. So this gives you an idea on this particular map. If you look closely, it is a map of the United States, but instead of the state names, you will notice that there's different country names where the states are. And the reason I show you this is this map in particular shows you the GDP of each of these countries and what state it matches. Meaning, Missouri, just the state of Missouri, not the whole country of the United States, the state of Missouri produces as much as the whole country of Poland does each year. So basically, look here, like the Korean Republic produces the same amount as just Florida. Canada produces roughly the same amount as Texas does in a year. So what this tells you is that the whole United States together has a huge GDP, and we produce more than any one of these countries. Okay, and that is all that I have for you today. So thank you for watching.